Amen. I'm going to talk to you about something that is very critical. First of all, let's go to Psalm 90. I'll read from verse 10. The days of our years are 70, that's 70. Then if by reason of strength, there will be 80 years, that's 80, yet in their strength and labor, yet is their strength, labor and sorrow, for it is soon cut off and will fly away. Now, the psalmist is saying, God has apportioned 70 years minimum for human beings. But those who look after their health, who look after their well-being, can go as far as 80. Actually, the decree of heaven is 120. God said 120. But because of the challenges of life, hardships, people go through sickness, sometimes many people are not able to attend to that 120. Last time I was checking the longest living people on earth, I saw a couple of people who crossed the 120, 126, 127. And I noticed that of the 20 longest living people we have on the earth now, I think 19 are women. Only one man made it. Then when you come to 100, you find quite a number of men, but more women. Men are the endangered species. That's why it surprises us anytime a girl blows herself up. And anytime you see that there is a man somewhere forcing her to do that. They don't do it. Ladies, look after the men in your life. Oh. Look after them. They can misbehave, you know. But look after them, please. Because studies have been done. Among the things that are shortening the lives of males is the women in their lives. Of all the headaches, you now add to it. You're supposed to be that place of rest. That place. The Garden of Eden. A woman can lengthen your life. A woman can cut it short. And if you're a wise man, you love that woman in your garden. Eh? If you want to live long, if you love yourself, love your wife. If you love yourself, love your wife. I'm going to repeat it. If you love yourself, love your wife. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 26. Let's start from verse 25. Please, husband, love your wives, even as Christ loved the church and gave himself for it. Yeah? So, verse 26, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of the water by the word. 27, that he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy. Okay? Verse 28, so ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife does what? Loveth himself. Please give me another translation. This is the verse I want to give to all men today. In this same way, husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. Another translation. If you want to live long. In the same way, husbands ought to love their wives as they love their own bodies. For a man who loves his wife actually shows love to who? All the men say, I hear. The essence of life. There's so many things we are pursuing. We want to make it, we want to blow, we want to make a lot of money, we want to buy that latest car, you want to build that house, you want to. Let me tell you something you need to know. One thing is needful and many people miss it. Let me tell you, Jesus said, the road that leads to life is narrow. Few find it. The road that leads to destruction is broad, and many people go through it. It surprises me that the very heartbeat of life itself is so simple, but many people miss it. Because they are pursuing all the other goals except the most important goal. So Jesus, the maker of life, the author of life, the one who understands this thing, because he's the one that created it, said to us, the most important thing in this life is relationship. It's better to fail in your career and succeed in relationship. than to succeed in your career and fail in relationship. He said to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul is the greatest commandment there is. And then to love your neighbor as yourself is the second greatest commandment. In other words, the one who made you relationship with him and relationship with the one that is beside you. I don't know if you notice that the commands of God is always to your neighbor. There's always you are in it. Love your wife. Nobody's going to judge you by his own children. It is parent your children. There is a law of responsibility, personal responsibility in love and in life. In love and in life. You are allowed to go beyond your immediate responsibility, but that's after. Love your. You want to worship your maker. Your maker, the one that made you, is the one you should worship. Children, obey your parents. Don't come and obey my own parents and you're disobeying your own parents. You will die. You won't live long. Your inheritance does not come from my parents. It comes from your parents. My parents can tell you, oh, you are such a nice guy. That will not add anything. It is the words of your own parents that decide you are rising and falling. Honor your father and mother. Women, the Bible said, submit to your husband. When you see us pastors, you kneel down to greet RDP. There is one pastor in your house. Kneel down for that one first. Then me second. Men. You love your wife. It's yourself you're looking after. Okay. Left hand. Where is your madam? Does your girl love you?
Yes, he does.
How do you know? Because he could have loved you last week. This is the beginning of a new week. How do you know the love is still there today?
He shows it.
How did he show it this morning? You are so sure this morning. He hasn't said anything. He has been worshiping God, not you. He hasn't said anything to you this morning. I know that love can be communicated with words. But there are so many ways to communicate it without words. How do you know?
This morning he was trying to boil water for me to bath.
Give me a high five. You boiled water for her this morning.
I sent my people around me to boil water for her.
Good guy. Any request you make today will be answered. The day your prayer is not answered is the day you cause trouble for your spouse. A lot of you don't know that too. Especially women who like to pray a lot. You create one wahala, the other person is annoyed, and you are in your room praying. You're wasting your time. Just go and say sorry, and the prayer will go to heaven. Don't say sorry, it will be smelling around you like shit. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 7. There is a pattern I've seen in all the scriptures that address couples. For some unknown reason, they will talk to the woman first about her role to submit and respect her husband. After that, they talk to the man. So likewise, you husband, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor to the wife as to the weaker vessel, as being heirs together of the grace of life. That what will happen? That you pray. Give me another translation. I want them to see what it means. You are heirs together of the grace of life. I want you to notice that it means the two are joint heirs. So when you are praying, she is disagreeing, the bank will not pay you. There is joint account when you got married. Heaven relates to you as a joint account. If she concurs, heaven pays immediately. If she is in disagreement, especially because of maltreatment, suspended, no transaction. In the same manner, you married men should live considerably with your wives with an intelligent recognition of the marriage relation, honoring the woman as the weaker, but realizing that you are what? Joint. What? Single, you just have your single account, personal account with God, no problem. Married, joint account. Because where there's joint account and they require the two signatory, if you do only one, no, do you want to steal? the bank will not recognize it. That's what is going on with the bank of heaven. Joint heirs of the grace of God and the grace of life too, in order that your prayers may not be hindered or cut off. Otherwise, you cannot pray effectively. The person you marry can mess up your faith too. But it's just one small thing. I'm sorry. Reconcile. That's all. Some people will leave it and go and be fasting. The fasting is ineffective. Let me put it this way. I think between giving and forgiving, forgiving comes before giving. Giving without forgiving cancels giving. If you're sowing seed and you're not getting breakthrough, you can now know what is the problem. Forgiving comes before giving. That's reconciliation. Love is more important than money as far as God is concerned. In his priority, walking in love is higher than giving God money. There's something called weightier matters of the law. He said you pay tithe of cumin, tithe of everything, but you ignore the weightier matters. Go and sort that one out first, according to him, then come and take care of the second one. Don't leave the other one undone. That's what Jesus said. Do you want to show it to them? Matthew 23:23. Woe to you, scribes, Pharisees, hypocrites. You pay tithe of mint, anise, cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These you ought to have done. Watch Jesus. And not to leave the other undone. He didn't say stop tithing, no. Did you see that statement? He said, but something comes before the giving life. Okay, I need to show it to you again. Maybe with this one you will get it. Go to Matthew chapter 5. If you bring your gift to the altar, your sacrifice to the altar, and there remember that your brother or your husband or your wife has something against you, leave that sacrifice at the altar, go and reconcile. Then you can come and give it. Therefore, if you bring a gift to the altar and there remembers that your brother has something against you, leave there your gift before the altar. He didn't say put the money back in your pocket. Leave it there. He didn't say, okay, we have been fighting. So throughout this period, while we are fighting in the house, no giving of offering or tithing. No, that's not what he said. He said drop it there. But heaven will not recognize it till you go and reconcile. The withdrawal is where you're going to have problem. You can't. I hope you know in joint account where you have two signatories for withdrawal, and that's the mandate. You know, you can have two signatories and they say you can withdraw independently. In marriage, you can withdraw independently. But once there is disagreement, the bank stops your withdrawal. Leave there your gift before the altar. Go your way. First be reconciled to your brother, then come and offer the gift. If not, the church will collect the money. Heaven, the account of heaven, no response. This thing is messing up a lot of people. How many of you will say, it is helpful? This thing is helping me. Let me see your hand. So do you see, look at the multitude. Do you see the amount of issues being tackled? So people say, I sowed that seed, I gave honor, I even did sacrifice. Nothing is happening. Yeah. Love is weightier matter. Justice is weightier matter. Did you see when you were listing justice? He mentioned judgment first. That's justice. Second one, mercy. That's compassion. Love is weightier matter. Mercy, forgiving people, is weightier matter of the law. The same thing with faith. So God said, this you ought to do first and not leave the other undone. If you look at this scripture in Matthew, you see that forgiving or reconciliation or walking in love comes before giving. Leave your gift. Go and settle the first thing first. You're joint heir. You're joint heir. You're joint heir. You're joint heir.